Stop worrying about homework and start learning with confidence. This is Ask Learn. Complete help for every subject. Like, share, subscribe for daily learning videos.
So here we have a mass m, and then going straight up would of course be the normal force. To the right we have the applied force F. To the left, of course, is the static frictional force, and then going straight down would be the gravitational force. Applying Newton's second law to the x and y axes, we can say that F minus the kinetic frictional force equals the mass times the acceleration in the x direction, and that the normal force minus mg equaling, my apologies, equaling 0, where the normal force is then going to be equaling to mg, and we can say that the force here has a magnitude of 85 newtons. And so using linear kinematics, rather, we can say that the velocity final squared equals velocity initial squared plus 2 times the acceleration in the x direction times delta x. And so the acceleration in the x direction would be equaling to velocity final squared minus velocity initial squared divided by 2 times delta x. So this would be equaling to 1.0 meters per second quantity squared divided by 2 multiplied by 1.4 meters, and this is giving us 0.357 meters per second squared. And we can then find the coefficient of kinetic friction, where knowing that the kinetic frictional force is equaling the coefficient of kinetic friction multiplied by the normal force, or the coefficient of kinetic friction mg, we can say that then the kinetic frictional force, rather coefficient of kinetic friction, is equaling the magnitude of the kinetic frictional force divided by the force normal. So this would be equaling to F minus ma sub x over mg. And let's get a new workbook. We can say the coefficient of kinetic friction would be equaling to, again, F minus ma sub x over mg. Substituting, we have 85 newtons minus the mass of 40 kilograms multiplied by 0.357 meters per second squared. This is going to be divided by 40 kilograms multiplied by 9.8 meters per second squared. And we find that the coefficient of kinetic friction is going to be equaling to 0.18. This would be our final answer. That is the end of the solution. Thank you for watching.